Welcome in, everybody. This series is you very well be frozen, not speaking to someone, stonewalling someone, not taking action, or someone might be not taking action towards you. Okay? This is the overall message, but it's in the okay? So whoever's not speaking, they want to speak up. Whoever's stonewalling you, they want to open up a course of connection. And whoever's not taking action right now, either should be taking action or they will take action towards you. Okay? So this is the overall energy of these readings, these timelines. So you very well could have cut out a particular energy that you maybe wants to get in contact with you. We have timelines to go from here, and we're going to get into it. So pick your timeline and 1 through 7. These are the quick message series. Let me know in the section afterwards if these actually resonate with you. If you want to support the channel, you can do so through a super chat. Here's reading number 1. Your current situation is maybe you're in a reconciliation, coming back, making it work, second chances. I'm really kind of getting a good energy from this union idea. It's got good intentions. However, very well a challenge of working together and learning and transcending as a couple. This is definitely a new phase for both of you. It's definitely a learning curve. This very well could be just strengthening your relationship and knowing that you got each other's back. Maybe this is the fact that you're ascending together and this is what you're working on. This is what the challenge is. Okay? However, in your head, there's been a lot of gossip. There's a lot of petty conversations. There's a lot of smearing your image, making you the fool. And I think there's like somebody's trying to meddle in your relationship, and you really need to take a consideration. Somebody could very well be very childish. There could be children involved. There could be a lot of things of maturity, innocence, childhood wounds that you may be healing, childhood trauma that you're dealing with a brokenness, incompleteness, maybe a people-pleasing kind of situation you're healing from. Either way, take it in stride and work it out together. Okay. You could have walked away from particularly starting a one, or maybe your family specifically. It could be maybe your elders, maybe there's a toxic family dynamic somewhere and you're moving towards a union to ascend out of this toxic environment, misunderstanding you on purpose, very, childhood trauma kind of stemming from your family. Okay. There's definitely differences of opinion here. There's definitely a divorce. There's definitely a breakup. There's not, maybe you're not looking back. Maybe you're recognizing that this isn't working anymore, right? But you had the right intention about healing and working and moving forward with this union. But I'm really kind of feeling like moving into the next 3 months, there is differences. There is divorce. There is breakup. There is no, there's a finality of it. And this could be with a family. It could be with a family dynamic. It could be with a union. It depends. Flips. Maybe you're going back to living with family after releasing yourself from a toxic union that was maybe playing out to be something that it's not. Okay, and you're ascending because of that, and you're healing the childhood wounds. Take it where it needs to go. But people are definitely talking about this particular growth, of your major decisions that you've made, and you're no longer willing to make risky decisions. You're not really wanting to be promiscuous. You're not wanting to contract anything. You're not wanting to go to partner. You're kind of sticking to yourself right now. Your attitude is you're in your emotions. You've got emotions that you're dealing with. Maybe you're crashing out. Maybe you're feeling unpredictable. Maybe you're kind of in and out. One minute you're good, the next minute you're not, and you really don't know how to feel at the moment. So just kind of take a moment to be in your own emotions and having a lot of emotions and focusing on everyone else's emotions. Because it will help you to regulate your own nervous system in order to make a valued and most definitely a grounded decision. Okay? Moving forward, though, I think that you are going into your emotions ultimately. However, the situation as it stands, no, we were right though. Okay. You don't want the same thing from history happening over again. There's definitely a feeling of repeating the same old story over and over again. You're done repeating yourself. You're done being a thorn. You're done having thorns. You're done with thorns. Like, I'm really picking up on the fact that somebody's no longer inspired by you. I'm really picking up on a jealousy from this person, and it could be something to do with family. Some familial action is very jealous of you, and they're not willing to show their face. They're not willing to show proof. They're throwing rocks and hiding their hands. They're not really confirming anything, and it's like they're gaslighting you into your emotions, quite possibly. All right, so whatever this situation is, number one, just know that you are on the right track. Go with what your heart and your mind is telling you. Allow them to combine and come into unison. Utilizing your masculine and feminine is very crucial for you to move forward. Take the time out to get out these childhood traumas and empower yourself to rise above this. I know you have it in you. And let them talk. If they've got something to say, let them say it, because what they're saying is something that they do not even understand. Okay? Number two, here's your reading. So, there's definitely somebody hexing, doing some sort of spiritual work. There's definitely some sort of negativity happening. This could be you, this could be someone else. If this is you, I'm calling you out. You should know better. If this is happening to you, then there's definitely a confirmation to the fact that spell work being done to you. Your challenge right now is to dismiss it, disregard it, ignore it, look the other way, leave it all behind. Okay? The more you give it power, the more it has power over you. Okay? So if you dismiss it, if you rebuke it, this is really talking about calling your power back and using your emotions to do it. Emotions are a very powerful element to magic, and allowing and focusing and honing in on those emotions and knowing how to direct that energy is very crucial to your movement forward. And this is like a lesson for you. Now, in your mind, you're no longer crushed. I think there's quite a bit of information that has come to you right now that has taken you out of your sadness. It's like the wool has been finally pulled off of your eyes. It's like finally coming out from the clouds and revealing the darkness that was all shadowed and kind of hiding in the darkness. It's all been revealed. You see things for the truth. You're no longer broken. You know that you're not the problem. You're not having these panic attacks that's finally been released because you know where you stand. Okay, you know that this is some imaginary thing, right? And you're needing to take action to power back in order to step forward with this. Okay, this is definitely something dealing with third parties. This is somebody that very well could be infatuated with you. There's definitely others involved, third parties. There's people working together against you because maybe you're healing your shattered heart. Maybe you're empowering yourself through the maze of deception and corruption, and they're trying to trigger you. They're wanting you to have flashbacks. They're trying to trauma bond. They're trying to make these inner child wounds come up to the surface, and they're trying to chaos. However, if you have been listening to my readings and you've been doing a lot of inner empowerment and inner healing, this isn't really going to affect you much. Now, going through this retrograde, Scorpio going into a new moon, this very well could be attracting these toxic childhood wounds to come up to the surface for you to finally deal with and release. Okay? I think you're walking away from that and you're no longer taking a risk. You're no longer wanting to wear a mask or play poker face, or you're not really wanting to not show your feelings. You're wanting to basically roll with the punches. You're wanting to is. You're not willing to gamble or take risks. You're wanting to stand on firm foundation, and you want to move forward. What we got here is, you know, there's history here. You know that it's happened. You know you're leaving it behind, and you're not looking, but to the point where you need to kind of look back to see how far you've come, to see how you've rised above all of this chaos and these triggers and this overall ability of healing your heart. Okay? And I think empowering yourself and knowing that you are the warrior that you've been looking for, I'm really picking up on the fact that by looking back and to see how far you've come, to see how far you've rose to this new beginning, new timeline. I think this is really kind of helping you to empower yourself to continue to move forward. So your attitude in relation, there very well could be an arrogance. There's a having too much pride, being stubborn, holding back. And I'm really picking up on this as a defamation of yourself, because you weren't okay? You're not full of yourself. Okay? You're not having too much pride. You're not being stubborn. You're not holding back. Okay? And it's taken you a long time to have pride in yourself. It's taken you a long time to be able to believe in yourself, okay? And you have every right to be stubborn and to stand on your principle and on your integrity and create new standards for yourself. Okay, so I really feel that somebody's trying to, they're trying to defame your character by making you feel like you're in your ego when you're really not. Your ego is actually helping you to rise above all this chaos. Okay. And the fact that you're cutting off, the fact that you're making these erratic decisions, some understanding you're taking action forward, because it may look like erratic decisions, it may look like you're cutting them off, it may look like you're being harsh, and you may look like you're in your ego, but you're in your confidence. You're taking initiative. You're setting new boundaries. You're setting new standards for yourself, and you're moving forward. Okay, because I really feel that these triggers kind of had you in a place of stagnance. It had you broken. It had you sad in sadness, having to deal with panic attacks of not feeling worthy and not feeling worth it. And you've really kind of empowered yourself. And I really think that you're no longer bottling this up. You're not keeping things inside. You're speaking up. You're deception for what it is. And you're allowing these people to have it. And this is the whole thing. By you setting boundaries, by you cutting these toxic individuals off, now they're saying that you're in your ego when all you're doing is you're creating boundaries for yourself. Okay? And people think that you're in denial, thinking that you're contradicting your actual version of yourself that they know of. And you're healing. They're dismissing this whole idea that you're not facing reality, you're not facing what it is, and you're creating these new boundaries because you see it for what it is. You know that there was definitely witchcraft being done to you. You know that there was definitely happening with third parties. They were working together to bring you to your demise and have your feelings. But you're dismissing this, and maybe they're not wanting to take accountability for this. Maybe they're trying to throw rocks and hide their hands and want to make you like you're in denial of what's actually wrong with you, and it's actually what's wrong with them. Okay, so I really don't feel that you need to worry about this. I feel that you're actually speaking up. You're no longer frozen. You're no longer being affected by their magic, and it's mainly because you're standing in your power and you're calling your power back. Continue to do that, collective. Reading number 3, your situation. You've been doing a lot of reflection. You've maybe been going through a night of the soul. I feel that you're actually coming out of that now. You're learning to integrate your darkness and your light, and you're dancing with your shadow. And I think this has taken you a long time to face your inner truth and seeing your own true colors of what you're capable of. The challenge is to alchemize the pain into power. All right, to rise above the excruciating pain that you were put through, and this is what's created these walls. This is what's brought this apprehensive and guarded nature intuition, and you're trying to alchemize this and create new boundaries for yourself. Okay, so I think you're on the right track, collective. All right. What's happening here in your mind is maybe you're having these uncontrollable desires. Maybe you're reflecting on this dark night of the soul and seeing this dark part of you. Maybe an insatiable piece for hunger. This could be you. This could be someone that you're dealing with. Okay. Either way, you're not feeling complete, and you're not feeling like you're adding to any substantial. And I think this is what's so painful. You've been pouring into the wrong cup. Maybe it's a holy cup. Maybe it's got a hole in the bottom. Maybe it's an insatiable cup. Maybe it's a cup you can't ultimately fill because you don't have the right ingredients for this person to be fulfilling their needs. Maybe you're recognizing that. What you're walking away from the rage. You're walking away from the overwhelming feeling. You're walking away from the explosion of emotions, feeling very angry. You're kind of releasing that. You're releasing the anger, the resentment, really picking up that they're trying to get you to react, and you're not reacting anymore. You're dismissing and all the differences, the clashings, the incompatibility, the irreconcilable bullshit that you're releasing that. You're letting it lay where it lays, because you know that whatever's not for you is releasing. It's making room for that what is. You very well could be reminiscing about the past, dwelling on the past, dwelling on the good times, looking back, but you're maybe recognizing that it was all riddled with conflict. Maybe it was just hunger for pleasure and there was anything happening there, okay? And this could very well be what was bringing you the pain. Now, there's definitely no commitment here. There's no offer. There's no asking out. There's no taking it to the next level. It's a dead end street, unfortunately. And I think this is with the challenge of moving up and over this. But I'm really kind of picking up on the fact that this is not a committal energy you're dealing with. So really, I think you're becoming unstagnant. You're becoming unfrozen, recognizing that this is what it is. And this is like, by entertaining this energy, you're literally lowering your standards. Okay, so I think you're moving, is what it's telling me. Yeah, they're trying to degrade you. They're trying to make you feel shame and humiliated for making these decisions. And it's really picking up on the fact that you're feeling this pain. You're trying to speak up on this pain. And I'm really like they're trying to gaslight you and degrade you and to think that, what you're feeling isn't true. It's like an illusion. It's a figment of your imagination, right? And you're understanding that they just don't want to commit to you. And this is why they're you. There's definitely a love affair. They don't want to really open up. They're casting illusions. They're keeping their true feelings inside. And really, honestly, I don't think they want to commit to you. If they do want to commit to you, they're obsessed and they know that they're kind of maybe afraid of rejection. However, they're not really opening up their eyes to the actual pain that they're causing you. Okay, they're not really up in a particular way. They're more or less degrading you and shaming you and humiliating you, maybe behind the scenes, and making you, maybe projecting this energy onto you to make you feel this way. And they're making you feel like a dirty little secret, is really what I'm picking up on, when you actually wanted something substantial. And this is actually what's brought you into this dark night of the soul, of not feeling complete, not feeling like you have anything to offer, not feeling like you're actually able to make anything of yourself, right? And it's really kind of feeling like they want you to feel humiliated. They're trying to it's really kind of giving me like a feeling they're trying to humble you in some sort of way and make you submit to their ravenous ways, right? They want you to be in this kind of energy of being promiscuous and not worrying about the commitment, and they're allowed to walk all over you. They're allowed you all this pain, and they're allowed to use you for what they want you and just throw you away at a moment's notice. No, this isn't an energy that you want to be entertaining, collective. And I think by you going through this realization in this dark night of the soul, I think is actually helping you to really evaluate your commitment to yourself and ultimately allow this degrading energy clown to go his separate ways and no longer entertaining in this love affair that's not really opening up and giving you anything substantial to work with. Okay, it's like it's really giving me that they're throwing rocks in their hands and they're trying to play mind games where there shouldn't be. All right, number 3, I hope that helped you. Number 4, this is your situation. Maybe you're not chasing someone. Maybe you're not being, I'm really kind of feeling like, what the hell? Like, why isn't this person chasing you? Why isn't this person persisting you? Why isn't this person hunting you down or resilient or whatever else? This could be this person's thoughts, you, and maybe why you're not chasing this person. The thing is that something has been revealed to you. Okay, ultimately, somebody maybe have confessed to you. Maybe there's some light being shed on a situation as to why you don't want to chase this person. All right, this was definitely unexpected energy, right? Unexpected changes, unexpected information, and I think it really surprised your overall view of this person, right? And to come to find out that this person doesn't have your necessarily best interest at heart. Maybe the things that have been revealed to you isn't what you thought, right? Maybe this person is, maybe you don't want to be played with your heartstrings. Maybe you're not wanting to entrap yourself in a particular relationship. Maybe you're not willing to commit to a particular relationship right now that is going to be like really kind of picking up on a hot and cold energy. Okay, And the thing is you're walking away from a particular position where you were having a hard time holding it together. You pulled anchor on this and you released yourself from this energy, and it's really kind of, they're wondering why. You know, they haven't been figuring it out, and they're not listening, is what I'm picking up on. They're failing to see the truth, right? That you've already illuminated to them why why you don't want anything to do with them, right? But they don't have time to listen to you, right? I really feel that they're going to take some sort of, they're thinking on taking unexpected action towards you, being very spontaneous, and I don't think that you want to even entertain this, right? You don't want to be entrapped with this energy anymore. You're needing to take a wish, pray, hope. This is what you're going to be moving into. Maybe this person is praying and wishing and hoping that you're going to give them another chance within the next 6 months or so. Uh, they're going to offer you to go on a vacation. Do it. Okay, I don't feel that anything is going to come of this. And you're not, they're trying to trap you out. They're trying to trap you. They're trying from running away. Okay. And I really feel that you have a very divine energy about you, and you really need to hone in on how to stay single, independent, free from this attachment, be available to date, but really use your boundaries. You know, you need to set some pretty stable boundaries where it comes to your standards and what your life. And I feel this energy is trying to manipulate you into just giving them what they want after you pulled anchor on them. Okay? You very well could have ripped their mask off. You're not wanting to pretend, you're not willing to play house. You're not willing to commit to something that doesn't want to commit to you, that's not genuine, okay? And the thing is that they don't want you to make the decision. They maybe make you feel guilty about making that decision. Maybe they want you to contemplate it a little bit more. Maybe they're questioning you on this. Maybe this is why they're wanting to come in and speak to you. They're giving you an ultimatum, and this ultimatum isn't something that you really even want to entertain. Okay, it's definitely not in the future. There's definitely no future with this particular connection. You're wanting to walk away, and maybe this is going to be illuminated to you. And it's the fact that maybe you need to speak up a little louder as to why you're no longer persisting this person and why you move on. Okay, I'm really kind of getting a feeling like they blocked you out. Okay, so that way you could not communicate with this person. Okay, and the thing is with this is that I feel that they're going to unblock you and they're going to reach out, which that will be the time where you stand on your ground decisions of moving forward, and you say, you know what, I didn't stutter. I'm moving away from this. I don't care what you have as far as a surprise. I'm walking away because I'm not pursuing this. If you can't be real to me, if you can't be genuine, then there's no sense in wishing and praying and hoping that this is going to be substantially something good when all you want to do is lock me down and trap me. Okay, so this is about you taking initiative, standing in your power, calling your power back, and not allowing this bullshit to continue. Okay, but that there will be a time, I feel, that's within this time period of the retrograde that is going to come to pass where you are going to be able to finally say your piece about the situation. Okay, this is going to be able to free you, and you will speak up. You will take action after this happens. All right? Number 5, this is your reading. Your current situation is you're not wanting to work something out. You're not begging. You're not negotiating. You could care less about this situation. And they're mainly because there's rumors, there's pettiness, there's somebody's envious of you, right? And they're talking behind your back. And this is the challenges to come what they've been saying, okay? It's a bunch of baloney, really. And all they're trying to do is have you trapped in your head. Okay, they want you stuck, they want you locked down, they want you in a mental prison, captive. However, you're being in the present moment, you're feeding into your own heart, you're becoming aware of what's going on with this bullshit, and you're, being in the today, you're being in the now. You're not allowing this to affect you, which is very, very good. Okay, you may have blocked some people off of social media. You may be recognizing these are fake profiles. Somebody wants to come in and be real with you. And they're not wanting to hide behind the scenes anymore. They don't want to reach out via social media, so you could get a text, you could get a phone call regarding this. Um, Speaking on about maybe a side piece is coming in to talk to you about a particular situation, and maybe they've been trapped, and maybe they want to talk to you about why they've been trapped, and maybe that they're jealous of, maybe they're creating a lot of havoc, and maybe this is something that you're not wanting to negotiate. Okay, maybe there's some sort of mistress in the mix that maybe they're flirting with others, maybe the third party or whatever that they went to is maybe wanting to go with another side piece. But either way, there's no connection here, right? Because you know that it's just a bunch of drama, you know that it's a bunch of karmic energy. Maybe this is somebody that doesn't want to meet you on a dating site. They want to be forward thinking. They don't want to hook up with you. Maybe this is someone seeing someone else. Maybe they have some information, a particular person that you maybe have been dealing with, that maybe quite possibly could be obsessed with you. Okay? Could be holding on, clinging, can't let go. Okay, so somebody could very well be texting you outside of social media to let you know that they are obsessed, but they're you don't want this toxic energy, okay? And they're not trying to look like they're toxic, but they do have sort of feelings for you. But there's definitely other people in this dynamic that I think they're going to be, maybe they're trapped, and maybe they're obsessed with you. Maybe they're not wanting you to have fun. Maybe they don't want you out having fun with friends. Maybe they're trying to create some sort of instability. Maybe this is happening with you. Okay, your outcome to this is that you're disconnecting from all of this drama. Okay, and I think this is your best bet. Number 5. All right, cut it out and move on, because I feel that with this cutting out of this toxic energy, I really feel you're going to level up after that. All right, by letting go of what no longer serves you is really freeing you up from the dead weight that's holding you back. Number 6, this is your reading. You definitely got some bit of lustful energy. You could be feeling like a forbidden fruit. You're not committal. There's definitely some sort of energy here where you don't want to commit to. Could be your situation. You feel that connecting into this dynamic is going to be very, very much a tragedy to your heart space. Somebody wants to take you out for coffee. They want to meet up. They want to plan. They want to discuss. But maybe they don't, and they want to date multiple people. But they want you back in your life, back in their life again. Maybe this is, you're thinking that this is actually a compassionate, genuine union, but they just want to fuck around and they want to be promiscuous. Maybe they want to be poly. But I really feel that this isn't a dynamic that you want. This is something that maybe they're trying to get out of legal problems. Maybe maybe they want you to vouch for them in court within a divorce, saying that you're copacetic, but you're not. Maybe this is you. They want to vouch for them in a divorce battle. Okay, there could be a lot of that, and maybe could be bringing on this unconditional, compassionate, genuine union. But I think this is what you're focused on, right? And I don't think this is what they're wanting to give you. Okay, I think this is like two totally different coins. It's not even a heads or tails. It's the fact that you're a loony, you're a dollar, and they're like a penny, right? We're talking like a king, a queen, an emperor, an empress dealing with the page kind of energy. Somebody doesn't want you moving on, and I think this is the whole thing. You're making sound known, right? You've learned these lessons where they haven't, right? You're ending these cycles where they haven't. You're moving forward where they haven't. Okay, you're elevating, and this is the whole thing about the frequency. They feel that they want to be back in your energy, and I feel it's just to basically connect to your abundance, right? They don't want you escaping. They don't want you blocking them out. They don't want you pushing, and they don't want to be hiding anymore, right? They want to be back in your energy, which I'm really kind of picking up on a vampire kind of energy here. You're done with the roller coaster. You're done with the hot and cold. You're done with the ups and downs, the rush of feelings of everything is fine one minute and then the next minute it's all chaos. You're done with this, okay? And I think this is what you're needing to do. And maybe you need to ghost somebody. Maybe you need to leave it behind. Maybe you're going to disappear. Maybe you're going to be cold. Have no contact with this person specifically. Okay? You're not blind to the situation. You're not blinded to the truth. Okay, you see it for what it is, and it's like it's really picking up on like they're trying to pull the wool over your, like you don't know, like you haven't been through this rodeo before. When this isn't your first rodeo, collective, okay, you know the signs, and you're actually finally listening to yourself, right? So stand on business. You know this is a forbidden love affair. This is really a third-party bullshit, temptation, flirting, giving into pleasure, and you know that this isn't going to work in the end, right? You know that you want additional compassionate, genuine union, and they can't give you that. They just want you to be a hidden little secret. And they're going to come in like a reflection of a soul, kind of mirrored emotions, like they're your twin flame. And you're going to definitely learn some lessons about this person and about your dynamic and about creating standards, creating boundaries, and not allowing anybody to step on those boundaries. Okay, this is evident within this reading, number 6, sorry. It's definitely going to be a course of action for you to really stand on business, okay? This is going to free you. Understand this, okay? And you might not be seeing too much love right now. You might not be seeing too many compassionate relationships right now. And it's mainly because of this current time period where there's been a lot of karmic relationships together and they're disbanding because people are having a choice going through this dark winter to go through their darkness and integrate their darkness with their light and dance with their shadow. This is a lot of shadow work that is going to be infiltrated upon the public and the collective over the winter. Okay? And damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you've been listening to my readings for the past 2 years, doing the work. So that way, when it comes to this period that we are in currently right now, okay, which I warned about a year ago, okay, I warned about this 6 months ago that we were going to go through a period of time, that time. So if you have been going through it and a lot of history and a lot of pain and a lot of suffering has been rearing to the ugly surface, it's meant to go through, it's meant to alchemize, it's meant to turn your pain to power. Okay, to empower you, not disempower you. This is to help you with your rise, to not bring you to your demise. This is not a breakdown, this is a breakthrough. So think of it as that, in that perspective, it'll come out on top, guaranteed. Okay? Number 6, I hope that helped you out. And overall, that ending message to number 6 is for the whole collective. Okay? It's not just for number 6. Number 7, here's your reading. All right, your situation, you're feeling lost. You want to run away. You're feeling empty. You're feeling like you're invisible. You're feeling maybe cut off. Maybe you just need time to yourself and finding time, finding a place to where you can just maybe crawl under a rock and hibernate for the winter time. Okay, that could be the situation. However, keep your eyes open. There's definitely synchronicities, repeated numbers. There's definitely some sort of signs from your angels, angel numbers, different situations, omens. It could be different situations of understanding of this difference of where the divine is trying to point you in the right direction. Okay, I'm really kind of feeling you've asked the divine and the divine is providing, but you're needing to open your eyes and actually interpret the signs as they need to be interpreted and not second guess yourself. Okay? All right. So there's definitely the one, the deep love, spiritual connection, life partner. You have a connection already. You're tethered to your soulmate. And I really don't feel at this point you've even met this person yet. But I know that you're feeling that it's coming into fruition. It's definitely coming down the pipeline to you. It's like right around the corner. You can smell them. You almost taste them. You can see. You can hear them. You can feel them. You can feel their energy, and it's very very odd at this point trying to alchemize this energy. However, you're getting to know the missing pieces. You're getting to know the feeling. You're no longer locked down. You're kind of in this in-between period of needing time to calibrate to these signs, attention to the signs, to alchemize the pain, the sorrow, the sadness. You're turning your pain to power. You're creating a new ability to change things for yourself. Okay, and this is what you're walking out of. All right, you're done hearing from people, the conversations, you're done talking, you're taking action is the feeling I'm picking up on in the next 3 months. Okay. Um, However, it's really feeling like you're drowning out the synchronicities. You're not listening to what is actually going on, okay? And I feel that you just don't care about the protected, you don't particularly about what's being told to you by your divine. You're tuning your angels out, you're tuning out your guides, you're tuning out everybody, and you're just taking action, okay? Maybe you're closing everybody out. There's a lot of different things that's going on in your head to make you feel this lost, right? But it's really kind of taking the time to step into this. Um, it's really difficult to take the time to step into this energy to alchemize to the one, the deep love, the spiritual connection, right? And I feel it's been very, very difficult for you because of feeling lost. You may be waiting for a call that you're not going to have, and you're going to feel that maybe you're not protected. And I really kind of feel like this is an illusion being cast over you to make you feel like, you're not receiving the energetic message or the synchronicity that you need to pay attention to, right? So this is I'm really picking up on the fact that you're not feeling that you're going to get the revenge, right? You're really not really wanting to pay back to these people. You just want to move forward. You don't want to have to deal with revenge, and it's like something retaliating. It's like somebody's really bothered at the fact that you're not calling, that you're not seeing them, that you're not reaching out to them. And maybe they could be sending you signs. Maybe your spirit guides could be sending you signs to reach out to a particular person, but you're really not. And it's really kind of sending somebody for a loop. That maybe they're feeling like you're focused on other people. Maybe this is somebody else. They're not focused on you. This is maybe what's making you feel lost. Maybe you're not receiving the call that you thought you would, and maybe you're waiting on that call. I'm really feeling like ready to box up. You're ready to move. You're ready for an environment change. You're ready for to move on from this energy. And I don't feel like you're gonna. I feel like you're in this position of lost energy, and you're kind of in between. But you're getting to a point where you're sick and tired of waiting for this new beginning to start for you. It's almost as if you're going to just go ahead and take action without receiving the call and not hearing out these particular synchronicities. And maybe it's the synchronicity that you need to kind of hunker down and you need to kind of endure the storm for the moment because it's trying to teach you something. And by moving on and by moving forward, you're not going to have the divine intervention and the lessons that you need to move forward. Okay? So this could very well be a possibility of creating drama. Maybe there's somebody that's thirsty for attention. Maybe they're overreacting and maybe they're becoming a drama queen because you're not reaching out to them. You're not in the same light. Maybe they're focused on other people, right? And maybe you're focused on other people, but you're not really thinking revenge. But I really kind of feel like because you're not speaking, you're not reaching out to them, calling them, it's like they don't know how to show up and they would rather create problems for you and be thirsty for your attention, overreact and be a drama queen and cause you a whole bunch of problems than to actually speak to you, right? It seems as though they're just going to box up and go kind of situation and kind of leave you high and dry, unprotected. But if they do that, if they leave you high and dry, they will be unprotected. Looking into this whole thing and they're not communicating and they're not conversating, they're not telling you the truth, they're not telling you their plans. It's mainly because they're walking into um, a time of uncertainty. So they're feeling lost now. They're going to be feeling even more lost if they take this action without waiting on spirit. And I think spirit is trying to teach them some sort of patience. It could be the new patience. It's about you being grateful for what you do have, right? And not unsatisfied with what you do have, right? Being in the attitude of gratitude definitely brings about some sort of miracles. And you really need to come into consideration, number 7. I really think that's the big message here. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about thinking about other people. It's about pouring into yourself, right? And this is where this whole lost energy, you run away, it's going to follow you wherever you are. This emptiness is going to follow you. This feeling invisible is going to follow you. Feeling cut off from the world is going to follow you. You're going to still feel this if you don't alchemize. And I think this is about loving yourself and becoming your own soulmate and pouring into you. You are the one that you've been looking for. You have the ability to love yourself deeply. You do have the spiritual connection if you'd only open up your eyes and wait on the signs and actually see the signs for what they are. All right? And it's really coming back to the fact that you are the one that you've been searching for, right? And trying to run away from that, what's no longer serving you, is one thing. But if you're not even serving yourself, if you don't have any standards for yourself, if you're not showing up for yourself, and you're abandoning yourself for yourself, it's a change of pace and it's a change of scenery, it's not going to end very well for you, because you're moving on the wrong pretense. Okay? So really take that into consideration and know that when you're moving forward, stuck. You were never stuck. None of you were. None of the 7 were stuck. Okay? It was just a lot of chaos, a lot of defamation, a lot of gossip, a lot of deception, a lot of lies that you were dealing with, and you're needing to alchemize that and maybe remove yourself, act accordingly to that deception, and who's in your corner, nurture that, but know who's not in your corner and rebuke it. Okay? Stop pouring into cups that aren't pouring into you. Stop pouring in aren't supporting you. Okay? Because it's not going to work out in the end if you continuously feel depleted and empty. Okay? The number 7, that is your message. Overall collective, that is your message. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and throw me a super thanks. You can get a personal reading over at Hipsy. The link is in the description. Go and get it. Put me to work. Love you and leave you. Have a great day.